Hey guys, it's postboxpat. Welcome back to a brand new Fortnite Battle Royale video, and in today's map change video we're going to be going over the end of the Season 9 storylines and my top predictions for Season 10 map changes, including a breakdown of the map changes in the trailer, which some of you guys may have not seen. There is actually a little secret location in that, which we're going to be covering in today's video. We'll also be going over like the stone people, the other things that have changed in Season 9 which we've completely missed, and stuff like that. So don't forget to smash that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and stay tuned for all Season 10 content coming out tomorrow and in the future. It'd be absolutely awesome if we could get to 500,000 subscribers by the end of August, which would be crazy. Now, before we get into this, I've probably got one of the best sponsors we've ever had on the channel, and that is coming up for you guys right now. Today's video is actually sponsored by Jazwares, who have gone ahead and sent me a bunch of Fortnite action figures in this crazy creator box. So let's check a bunch of these out. I want to go through a few of them, unbox a few for you guys, so you can kind of check out what we've got right here. But they are so awesome. There are so many different parts and different pickaxes to each one. So I just want to go over a few of them because they really did hook me up with a good bunch of action figures right here of a bunch of Fortnite outfits, including 3 different series. We have the legendary series, the victory series, and the solo mode series, which is actually up to series 2. So you can actually collect up to 6 different action figures of the Fortnite outfits in each series, and obviously, like I was saying, the solo mode is on series 2, so you can also find series 1 as well. So right now we're going to be unboxing the Skull Trooper from the solo mode series, and you can actually customize this outfit in several ways. You can equip the harvesting tool to the left or right hand. It has many points of articulation where you can move it all the way around, and it's really cool. So next one we're unboxing is the Battle Hound, and again, this is similar to the Skull Trooper, but obviously it's very unique because it's a completely different outfit and it looks very similar to the one in game. Both of these actually turned out really well. They look exactly the same. Next up, we've got the Rabbit Raider, which is part of the legendary series, and this has a total of 38 different points of articulation, which is really cool. I'm really happy for that. I think it's one of my favorite ones because of that reason, because you can move it in all different angles, and there are so many different parts you can try on this skin. We'll go over some different designs that I've come up with towards the end of this sponsor, but it's absolutely awesome. So you can see that there, you know, this one is just a really cool one, the Rabbit Raider. It comes with a bunch of different parts. Next up, we've got the Victory series, which is going to be the Black Knight. What's really cool about the Victory series is Fortnite toys by Jazwares have allowed them to be a lot bigger compared to the other action figures. So this allows for you to kind of place it at more of a distance in your room or in your house, so you'll be able to see this one a lot easier, obviously from further away. So I'm going to show you guys a bunch of pictures that I actually went and took in the garden of the Fortnite toys by Jazwares. I think this is really cool, and you know, you can kind of get a grasp and a feel to how these toys actually work and how the action figures can be placed in different positions with different harvesting tools and different equipment on them. So here I've got the Skull Trooper, and I actually equipped the harvesting tool from the Battle Hound right there. Then we actually have the Battle Hound as well. You can see me just doing some 360 views of these. They just look so nice, and they're very well detailed, being identical to the Fortnite outfits, which is really cool. Okay, so next up we've got the Black Knight. Here I decided to put him in the T-pose position, which I thought was really cool. And what's really cool about him, you can actually sit him down really easily. You can kind of move him around in all sorts of different positions. So I just put him in this kind of sitting down position. It was pretty cool. Now we have the Rabbit Raider outfit from the legendary series. This one is insane. You've got so many customizable options. You can change the grenade launcher, you can change the pickaxe out, also known as the harvesting tool. Then you can also put a chug jug in the hand while changing the face of the action figure, which is awesome. Then you can also equip the bat bling to it as well, and you have a boogie bomb which comes in the box as well, and again changing the face of the action figure. So big shout out to Jazwares, who sent me a variety of different Fortnite toys from their different series, so go and check them out. The link is down below in the description. Okay, so now you guys have seen the sponsor, we're going to be going over a bunch of the map changes. So we've actually got a few of these. My favorite ones are the Stone People. The Stone People have officially ended their storyline in Season 9. They are at their last stage right now. You can see them on screen. They have ended their storyline, and I'm very happy for them because they have actually managed to save their kid, and luckily enough, it was the dog. So thank everyone who voted the dog to save the kids. I know a bunch of you guys. Oh, where has the kid's head gone? Maybe it just hasn't rendered in. There we are. So the dog actually saved the kid, which is absolutely awesome. And the Stone People now have officially completed their storylines. So some really awesome news, and I'm very happy for them. So that's an awesome map change. And while that was going on, we actually have the orb over at Loot Lake as well. So for those wondering what's going on with that, the orb is basically almost at a point now where it's ready to explode, ready to destroy the map, or not exactly destroy it, but teleport it back to different regions. We know that from the recent trailer which we got. I've already broken that down on my channel, and we're going to get into some more details regarding that in a second. But yes, here is the orb. Some awesome stuff going on with this orb, and I can't wait to see what this actually has to do with season 10. Now obviously we know in the trailer it teleports Jonesy back in time, but we still don't know where he's actually going to go and where or what's going to happen on the map, and the trailer kind of leaves us on a cliffhanger to see what has actually happened to the Fortnite map. Now that leads me to go over a bunch of stuff with the Fortnite map changes regarding season 10, which we're going to get into in a second. Also tomorrow expect maybe 2 to 3 videos on map changes in season 10 on the channel. So if you guys want to check them videos out, make sure you got that notification bell clicked, and also do check back on the channel because sometimes YouTube forget to send out notifications. So just make sure you check on the channel every 3, 4, 2, I don't know, however many hours you've got free. Just when you're on YouTube, just type in postboxpat and you'll be able to keep up to date with all the latest information regarding map changes. So some really cool stuff. The final map change which I want to say for this season is most of the earthquake marks which actually took place during season 8 are no longer in the map. So all of the earthquakes which happened, I think it was season 8 or was it season 7, end of season 7, I can't remember when it was exactly. I think it was season 8 leading up to season 9, but I don't know, it's not, it's season 7 leading up to season 8, wasn't it, with the volcano. So all of them earthquake marks have been completely removed. This is something that someone tweeted me. I've actually looked around the map and I can't see many. There's a few that still remain. For example, you know, you will find 1 or 2 every now and then. I couldn't give you guys a perfect example because, to be honest, I keep thinking I see them, but then I don't. It's something else. So maybe we are correct, and the earthquake marks are no longer in the map. So that is something as well, a smaller map change. And tomorrow, let me know in the comments down below, do you want me to talk about locations that have been removed as well in the map change video? Usually with my map change videos, we talk about locations that have been changed, but do you want me to cover locations that have been completely removed as well? For example, say if these were to be removed, the sky bases, do you want me to mention that, or do you just want me to completely leave it out? It's something that's quite interesting because I usually just talk about things that have been added or changed, but I don't usually talk about things that have just been removed and just left with nothing there. For example, if they removed this umbrella and patched it up, I probably wouldn't really talk about it because it's not really something major, but if you want me to, I sure can. Okay, now moving on to some of my predictions for season 10. If you would have seen my recent trailer video, you'll know that I broke down the trailer a little bit, but I didn't really go into the map changes because I wanted to keep it for this video. Now this is where a lot of predictions come in for this. So we look at the trailer right now, there isn't really much going on, but I want to break down a few different things for you guys regarding what we've seen for map changes from the trailer so far. There's some noticeable things. We see Tomato Temple right there, which can indicate that that's returning. We also see the floating cube. I don't think the cube will return, but we may see Loot Lake return as well within season 10. The snow biome may get a complete wipe, but we'll still have some remains like Happy Hamlets and places like that. But I do think the OG Greasy Grove could return because of that. We see the Durburger fly pass, which means Greasy Grove could return. We also see Lucky Landing. Hopefully Lucky Landing still remains. I'll talk a little bit about Lucky Landing in a minute. Okay, so I'm just going to pause the trailer right here because this is probably one of the most interesting screenshots to look at. What we can see right here is actually the lava still remains underneath Jonesy's left arm down there. You can see the lava still remains, which could mean that we're either going to go back to when the volcano got introduced, or we're going to go to current day or even future about the volcano. So we can see that down there. We can also see that Dusty Depot is right there and Dusty Divot is gone. And if we look more to the left, we can also see that there is the OG factories there, or a potential new Dusty Diner. I don't know 100% what that could be, but here is a little overview that we're in right now of the real map, and you can kind of see, making a comparison between them, that the lava's still going to be there. Dusty Divot is going to be completely gone, and we'll go through a rip Dusty Divot in a minute and some memories of that. And we're going to get the OG factories returning in its place, or maybe a new diner. I think a new diner would be awesome because I think all of us would love the diner, but if the diner does go, it does go. This could also mean a lot of other things could go as well, like the slipstream. We don't actually see the slipstream in the trailer, so potentially that could get removed as well. Up a little screenshot as well here. Again, you can look in the top left and we have some sort of red type path up there. Maybe a new point of interest, maybe some sort of race course to do with the new mechs. Who knows what that potentially could be. But yes, a lot of exciting stuff. We know that the sky bases will be going as well. So pretty cool stuff. But now spend some time and remember Dusty Divot. We'll fly around Dusty Divot for about a minute, just talking about it, my memories with it, and then we'll get into a few other changes as well. So Dusty Divot itself, to me, was a very cool place. It's been in the game for a total of 5 seasons, which is actually longer than Dusty Depot. Really surprising, to be honest. Like a lot of people think Dusty Depot is really true OG, but when Dusty Divot actually goes, I would personally label Dusty Divot as true OG, because we'll probably never ever get it back. And it's going to be quite sad to see it go. I'm actually really upset about the trees and the farm in here, because when it gets turned back to Dusty Depot, wow, I always get them two mixed up. When it does get turned back to that, I don't think there'll be much farming stuff here at all, and it'd be quite sad to see them go. So I'm kind of excited for it, and I'm kind of not, because it was a really good location. You could get a lot of mushrooms here as well, especially in game modes like the sniper one where you couldn't get shields. And also, it's had a lot of map changes. Like, this location has had a lot of story to it. It's took part in the Season 8 event, with obviously us looking for the vault. It's obviously taken part in the Season 4 event, and it's kind of been overgrown throughout the seasons. Like, every single season it gets more greenery, and then until it got overtook by lava, which I think was a really cool addition, and is sad to say goodbye to. But you know, I'm happy for it. Goodbye, Dusty Divot, sorry. Goodbye, and we'll see you hopefully one day in the future. Who knows? But rip our old friend, and it's going to be sad to say goodbye to it. So let's move on to a few more predictions from me. The next one I've got for you guys actually relates to our famous location, Mega Mall. So Mega Mall really isn't that famous at all. I was just kind of taking the make good that one. But it's a location which is very nicely built, and a location which I would love to still see in Season 10, as well as Retail Row. And I kind of want to talk a little bit about what I think is going to happen with this location and Neo Tilted. So personally, I think Neo Tilted is the location that's going to get changed, and I do think Mega Mall might stay. The reason I'm saying that is because of the power. I also think potentially the monster could get removed as well, but who knows? I really do want it to stay, because it will be, I think it will stay, to be honest, just because of the memories, but you just don't know. With this thing taking place in the orb, we just don't know with that sort of stuff. But what I'm saying about Neo Tilted is it's powered by the line which powers Loot Lake. Now, if Loot Lake is going to go because the orb has exploded at Loot Lake, then obviously that's going to teleport back in time, which may destroy the power source and even the vault. So if the vault isn't there and the power source isn't there, how is Neo Tilted still going to survive? Which to me, either Neo Tilted is going to be in a complete blackout, or Neo Tilted is going to get teleported back to its original tilted towers and leave Mega Mall. I think that would be great, and I think that would work perfectly. And even you could keep the slipstreams at Mega Mall, which would work, because they're quite a good rotation there. Who knows what Fortnite are going to do with this map? We're in such a period now where it's very hard to predict, because this orb could change anything. We see by the trailer that so much stuff is happening. So many previous seasons are referenced. We just don't know where it's going to go back to. And that's what makes me think, you know, Blue Lake's got to have a change. Surely Tilted's got to change if the power source disappears. So we'll have to see with that going on right there. Then obviously we have the volcano. I do think Pressure Plant will get a change. Either it will go back to the OG volcano format, or potentially Pressure Plant could go back to its original format. You know, Pressure Plant originally had its kind of like power reactor type thing in there, and I think that's what we'll see it go back to for Season 10, and therefore still powering Mega Mall. So potentially that's what it could do, and I think Pressure Plant's in for a few seasons. It's had quite a big storyline to it. It's quite a known location now because it's where the robot saved us. So I think, yes, we will hopefully still see Pressure Plant in Season X, Season 10. Lonely Lodge in that side of the map, I'm not too sure about. I don't see why not, because Lonely Lodge has been an OG location since day one. We're going to skip going around Mega Mall because we've just kind of talked about that for now. Next, we have Paradise Palms. This side of the map, I do think we'll see a change, maybe even a Moisty Mire / Paradise Palms area. I've mentioned this in the past. I think that's what will probably happen in this sector. Keeping Paradise Palms the main point of interest, but obviously changing it up. Lucky Landing, people are saying that it could go. We saw it in the trailer, like flying past Jonesy. But I think removing Lucky Landing would be a bit daft, because this section of the map previously didn't have anything in. The only thing I do think will be removed is the dumpling. It'd make perfect sense for the dumpling to go, because the dumpling was actually not in during the time it got added. It was actually a later addition to Lucky Landing, so that's why I'm saying that. Then the factories over here, I think they will remain, but also this could indicate that Flush Factory could get a return as well, which would be awesome. That would mean the snow biome would have to be completely wiped. I personally want them to keep Happy Hamlet in the game, because it's a very good location to land at, and a lot of people enjoy it. So I think if Happy Hamlet went, a lot of people would be sad, but we'll have to wait and see if that's going to be the case. Other than that, I think locations like Polar Peak will probably see a change. Greasy Grove may even return. I don't know if it will return at the start of the season. There was a theory going around saying how Greasy Grove potentially could return throughout the season. Like, obviously, as the season goes on, locations start to disappear and appear, which I think would be a very cool addition for Season 10. A little bit like the Avengers Avengers Infinity War, that's the one, if you've seen that. But yeah, some really cool stuff going on the map. Regarding Pleasant Park area, I mentioned in the past, I do think Pleasant Park will see its old football pitch return because that's like an OG thing at Pleasant Park. There was also a few buildings and basements which didn't exist there. Around Junk Junction area and Motel, we could see Motel return. That was also in the trailer, and even Lazy Links or even Anarchy Acres. We'll just have to wait and see for that side of the map. It's quite hard to tell where Fortnite are going to go back in time for that side of the map, so I can't really make too many predictions for that section because, to be honest, it hasn't been changed in a while. I think we definitely will see a change somewhere over there. I just don't know where. I really do hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to go and leave a like, comment, subscribe. A big shout out to Jazwares for sponsoring this video. You guys absolutely rock. You've sent me some awesome Fortnite toys, and I'm very appreciative of that. So thank you very much for sponsoring the video. Their link is down below, so make sure you go and check them out. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and once again, this is postboxpat signing out.